welcome back to Money Auto for the Baker's Dozen video of the series. So, episode number 13, and will be the final episode. So, I'm calling this the etc. Video. Have a list of things that I want to show that don't warrant having their own separate videos. So, we're going to do that here. So, the first thing I want to touch on is the PC. So PC, you have your emails, and if you hit R1, you can also check your trash. Over here in the car shop, you can find cars, you can search cars, you can change conditions of the cars. If there's a car you want to compare to another car, you can click these hearts, and I'll show you that in a second. So we'll just hit R1, and this is where these are our cars for sale. And if I have a new one, I can hit the R3, go in here and post that. So that's been covered in the buy sell cars. So, and then here's the wish list. So we clicked on those hearts, and now these two vehicles are here. Now I could compare them to see which one I'd want to pick up. This one's drivable, so that kind of makes that more favorable because I can just run there and pick it up. I can click on it again to see where on the map it is, and hit triangle if I want to set up the meeting. Or I can hit triangle on this screen and delete them from the wish list. The next is upgrades. We're going to touch on that after. Here's the bank. So this gives you like a summary of the latest transactions. But over here, there's also bills that need to be paid. Clearly, I haven't paid them in a long time. You can come in here to take out a loan. And here's where your loans are and your repayments. So yeah, lots of stuff in here. Kind of tracks the stuff that you've done, you've bought, you've sold. Here's the car parts store. We touched on this a little bit as well. When you order a part from here, and I'll go to the cart, you'll see express delivery 24/7 is $500. So I'm paying $1,500 for the engine plus $500 for the express delivery. So if it's during business hours, just drive to the store, the parts store. They'll be cheaper. You're going to save yourself $500. Now, when you're at the point that I'm at, it doesn't hurt as much to order them. Plus, because I have employees, Karen will go to the delivery truck and put the parts in storage. So, yay. Brand customization. Here's where we set up the name at the beginning of the series. You can come in here, change it up, change the colors, how 3D it is, etc., etc. And then you have employees. So here we can hire employees. Here we can pay and fire the employees. We can assign them different workstations, and these are all things that we've covered in the employees video. Vehicles here. So these are all the vehicles that I have out right now, and what I can do is I can reset them if they're far away or if they're wrecked, or I've had a few times where there's been bugs and I've had to reset them, and then they'll just reset here at the car dealership. Tutorials, you can come in here and it'll do the video tutorial. So if you forget how to do something, by all means come in here, take a look, and yeah. And then we have the trophy haul. So now if we recall, I've been working on the trophies, and you'll see here I do have the silver. So the other two question marks would be gold and diamond. But you can see the history of them. It has a little write-up on the vehicle. Have 11 of the common trophies, 1 of the silver. Shows the mileage I put on these, how much I fueled up, estimated profit from them, time playing with them, etc. So these are endgame, keep you going, give you something to do. And that is PC. Now, if you hit R1, you bring up your tablet. And here you got your camera to take your pictures of the cars. You have the map, which you can just hit the big pad in the middle, so you don't really need that. And then it has the tutorials, employees, vehicles, the bank, car parts, email, and trophies. So the same things essentially that the computer has, but less than what the computer has, but it does have the camera and the map. So that is PC and the iPad. Now, part shop. When you have parts go into here. You can sort the parts by condition, value, type. Right now I have them by condition. This way, if I need to come in here and I need to fix something, I can easily just grab the ones at the front. Those, in turn, go into these repair machines. You can see this one's running right now. Karen's taking care of this for us. So thank you, Karen. Doing awesome. Right now, these are fully upgraded. I can put 20 in each. When I did my last upgrade for the warehouse, it enabled me to buy a second machine at the parts store. So once you're fully upgraded this, go to the parts store. Oh, that reminds me, upgrades. That's the other topic I wanted to cover, which is on the PC. So we've seen this along the way. This is where you can check to see what's required to get to the next level upgrade, what they look like, what they bring to the table. The office also expands the storage in the warehouse, so that's very nice. Got the gas pump. I don't think I've ever tapped into the second or third tank, but and then since the last update, we now have the underground garage, which I've touched on. Okay, something we haven't touched on yet, but once after a few upgrades, you will obtain a paint booth. And you bring your car into here till it turns green, and then there's a pad at the outside where we can now pick the color that we want to paint it. So I'm going to paint it graphite. Now, so a big shout out to Thomas. He was the one that showed me the keypad for changing the colors. I would drive cars into here and I wouldn't know what to do with it. So I was a little frustrated. Thomas helped. Okay, so right beside it is a photo studio. Now, disclaimer. So you come out here, hit the pad, takes 4 pictures. It would be cool if that was like a studio where you could pick a mountain or a canyon type of background. You know what I mean? Like some kind of cool background would have been nice in there. I'll show you what the pictures end up looking like, though. It's underwhelming, to say the least. So we're gonna see. Everything's just white. Yeah. Okay, before we go anywhere, I've been calling this my Mustang. This is, friends, is the Camaro. Yeah, so I painted it yellow like Bumblebee so that I don't confuse it anymore for a Mustang. Okay, so next on the list is I want to drive you around town. So we just left the car dealer shop, and you've seen these in the videos. We do have the fuel station. Now this thing is open 24/7. You can buy some parts here, not all the parts. You can buy some parts, which is nice because the parts store, which we'll go to next, is not 24 hours. So I'm just going to drive to the parts store. Just right here. And you will see the hours of operation. So If it was a Sunday, I wouldn't be able to. It is a Sunday, so yeah, He's not even in here, so there is no option to buy parts here on a Sunday. Same thing goes with the junkyard, which I will drive to next. Okay, junkyard. Hours of operation, business hours. Same thing as the parts store. And if you missed that sign, it's also right here. Okay, now there is one place on the map that we haven't been visiting. I'm going to take you there. But along the way, I want to point out, and you've probably seen it like a million times. Sorry, bad driving. All over this map, there's ramps scattered everywhere, like there, right there. So just let me. Yeah, they're everywhere. So yeah, have fun with them. Hit the ramps. You can't control the car once you've hit it. So ramp at your own disclaimer. No. With great power comes great responsibility. No, I don't know what to say. This, my friends, is Roger's Bar. You can actually go in, and yeah, it's a bar. You can buy tokens to use the jukebox. It unlocks music, I believe. You can't use this, and you can't play pool yet. The PC got an update that you can use the pool table. So I'm hoping it's something that will come to console. There's a little piano, some closed doors. So there's not much you can do here, but you can interact here. You can get candies, smokes, and then tokens for the jukebox. And that, my friends, is the end. I've covered all the topics I wanted to cover. I don't know if there's anything I missed, or if you wanted me to do a review on, or I'm going to continue playing this game because it's one of my favorite games. I'll be posting updates when they come through. I'm going to return to my playthrough as well, which I'm using kind of as a series to use to go live. So, but thank you very much for watching the series. I had a blast putting these tips and tricks videos together for you, and I hope you got something out of it, at least one thing. And yeah, thanks for joining. Toodaloo.